Remember one thing, through every dark night, there's a bright day after that. So no matter how hard it gets, stick your chest out, keep your head up and handle it. Tupac Shakur. Hi guys, to falter is to misstep, to lose strength or momentum, to hesitate, move unsteadily, or show lack of confidence in actions, words, or even thoughts. The opening lines of this song that I'm listening to yet says, God, don't give up on me yet. I know I'm not your best bet, but I'm trying. Don't give up on me yet. I'm an immigrant, and the process of immigration is a very tedious one. I thought of that when I pulled this topic from the jar. In this journey, I have faltered on several occasions. What I thought would have been my life in a new country has not been my reality, because in the midst of starting this new life, there was a major worldwide pandemic. And on top of this, I had some significant life-changing experiences that just shifted my entire view, perspective, and significantly changed me as an individual. I am not my pre-pandemic self. Like so many of us have been changed. I have paused, stopped, stuttered, and blundered. But one of the most amazing things that happened while I was hesitating and stalling and thinking twice is that in the background, God still heard my prayers, even when they were with a stutter and the words weren't with any level of confidence. I'm here today because God kept me, not because I was always boldly walking into my circumstances. But remember, we're not given a spirit of fear, but of power and a sound mind. And I was reminded of that. He can be our strength when we are weak, our light in the darkest of moments. He'll provide when we're in need or even in want. He'll protect when we feel vulnerable and compromised. He'll comfort us when we are sad, lonely, and hurt. Lamentations 3:22-23 says, "For the steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness." That's Abba. And the person I want to highlight today is Joseph. Someone who, in my eyes, in my perspective, never gave himself the chance to falter. Maybe he cried. Maybe he said, God, why me? But on the outside, Joseph, the great-grandson of Father Abraham, just kept going. And if you don't know as yet, I'm obsessed with the meaning of names. You tell me your name. If I've never heard it before, one of the first things I'll ask, what does it mean? And Joseph means God shall add. Now I feel like I understand some of the things that Joseph would have gone through to get to the promises and purposes of his life. But let's go back to what I said a few weeks ago. The outlook we have on our long-term goals, from planning when it's straightforward to execution when there are curves and turns and potholes and roadblocks, and all of those things start coming into perspective, start coming into your line of sight, start popping up. And then when we get to the destination, quote unquote, that arrival, those sighs of relief, those tears of joy, those tears of marvel, tears of gratitude, and even tears of sadness. And when we look back in retrospect and see what the journey looks like from the other side, we should marvel. Sometimes you'll say, it wasn't that bad. Sometimes you'll say, I was able to go through that. But whatever it is that you say, at least you're on the other side, which means you overcame. That's where you can always say, it was all working for my good. Sometimes it doesn't look that way when you're in it, but once you're through it, you can say that. Joseph had many significant events in his life. He went from being daddy's favorite, first child of his father's first love, and his own brothers sold him into slavery. These weren't cousins or classmates or co-workers. These were his father's own sons. They probably slept on the same bed, or at least in the same room, or under the same tent. I have no idea. But these were his own brothers. And these boys sold their brother, sent him into slavery, and went home with his favorite coat all torn up and ripped to shreds, and told their dad that his favorite child had been killed by wild animals, and then lived with that lie for a very long time. Nobody went back and said, Dad, let me confess. When we told you Joe died, he didn't die. And I'm going to call him Joe as of now. It was a lie. Maybe he's dead now, but definitely he wasn't dead when we told you he was. We sold him. Nope. They watched their father grieve and act upon the trauma of how he lost his son for a very long time. But this episode isn't about them. It's about Joe. And so Joe was a dreamer. He may not have been able to pin down exactly what it was, but he knew the purpose on his life was great. And whenever he shared his dreams rattled those around him, even his own father. And that in itself is something that confirms that we can't or shouldn't share our dreams and plans with everyone. Not everyone is here to help us along. Some folks just want to know our plans so they can provide us with our next series of obstacles. So Joe went from being sold to being a very important slave. Joseph was young and attractive, and there are all sorts of people that we'll meet in life that suffer from all kinds of demons. And Potiphar's wife was one such person. She tried to compromise Joseph, and he ran to save himself, to stand on his principles. Joseph ran. And this woman then lied about the series of events that happened, and Joseph was imprisoned. But Joseph just moved from one stage to the next. In his experience, he probably thought he was moving from one bad situation to another. But in reality, this was almost like what we see in video games. You level up, you have new battles to fight. And so that stage ended when he ran, and he just moved into the prison stage of his journey. So in prison, again, Joseph was outstanding, and Joe gained access and responsibility, because wherever we are, if we need new skill sets, God will make it happen. Sometimes we go through things and we think we're there suffering, or we're struggling, or we just have difficult people to deal with, or situations that we're not accustomed to. And it's a learning situation. It's a learning moment. So Joe met other prisoners who had dreams that bothered them. And with God's permission, he interpreted some of these dreams. And when one of them was being released, soon afterwards, Joseph asked that he was remembered. Typical. You see somebody moving on in life and they have gotten an opportunity, and we say, when you figure it out fully, let me know how the process goes so maybe I can try it. Or you say, put in a good word for me so that maybe something can happen for me and my life can change. But he was not remembered, at least not then. Not until Pharaoh himself had a disturbing dream and no one could interpret it. That's when Joseph was called for. And Isaiah 60:22 says, "At the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen." New level unlocked. Joseph interpreted that dream and became second in command to the Pharaoh. And just like that, all the dreams he had as a boy started manifesting into reality in quick succession. His brothers showed up, and yes, they bowed down to him just as he had dreamt. He had his family brought over to Egypt, and yes, he was the most important and powerful person they knew. Nothing stood in Joseph's way. Not cruel siblings, not slavery, not imprisonment, not migration. Joseph bloomed wherever he was planted, even in the midst of all sorts of unpleasant circumstances, because God was with him, and that's all that mattered. Only the Almighty sees us in the future. He knows our next and our tomorrow. We may be stumbling through obstacles after obstacles, but keep going. Shane and Shane sings in their single, "You've Already Won." I'm fighting a battle you've already won. No matter what comes my way, I will overcome. I don't know what you're doing, but I know what you've done. I'm fighting a battle you've already won. I'll leave you with these few words. No matter where we falter, God, our Father, is steadfast. Take care.